Imagine a river cruise line which designs all-inclusive river experiences uniquely for you. Well, this week on Planet Cruise Weekly, we're looking at the family-owned French river cruise line CroisiEurope River Cruises, who do just that. Bonjour, je m'appelle Keith Maynard. And that's pretty much all the French I know. Welcome to Planet Cruise Weekly. Today, as we just mentioned, we're looking at CroisiEurope River Cruises, and we're going to really give you an idea and hopefully a flavour of what this wonderful family-owned company have to offer. Founded in 1976, CroisiEurope are family-owned. They're a French cruise line. They operate from the city of Strasbourg, and they've got 41 years of expertise, which has helped them establish themselves as one of the largest river cruise lines in the world. With more than 50 ships in their fleet, CroisiEurope offers holidays ranging from 3 nights through to 20, and they can take you to all the major destinations that are typical river cruising, plus some lesser known rivers such as France's Loire, Spain's Guadalquivir, Italy's Po, and even along a number of French canals on a barge. Now, if you've seen Planet Cruise Weekly episodes before, you know that we're really big fans of all-inclusive. And this is mainly because, I don't know about you, but if I go on a cruise and it isn't all-inclusive, you do have to worry more about the pennies and of course that dreaded bill coming under the door at the end. For anyone who hasn't seen a Planet Cruise Weekly episode, all you need to do is simply click above my head to see where all the other episodes are and find out about my love for all-inclusive and my love for food. Nice little plug there, see how I got that in? So if we're talking all-inclusive, we need to really understand what CroisiEurope mean when they say they're all-inclusive, because it does differ with certain companies, and that's something that we should always say. Always double check what all-inclusive means. Now for CroisiEurope, it means you get all your meals on board. You also get complimentary wine, beer and soft drinks throughout your cruise during the meals, and that's except on the Christmas market cruises, so always bear that in mind because the Christmas market cruises are well worth doing. You'll also get selected drinks at the bar, you'll get selected excursions, you'll get your Wi-Fi, big bonus, and you'll also get your port fees. Plus, you'll be guaranteed a deluxe river view stateroom. So of course the dining is all included, we've already mentioned it with CroisiEurope, and even more important, it's how they uniquely handle the onboard dining experience. Now of course as a French cruise line, CroisiEurope works passionately to hone and instill that famous French love of food and service in the onboard dining experience, using techniques and knowledge gained from working with various Michelin-starred chefs. And yes, I did say Michelin-starred chefs. Breakfast is a self-serve buffet in the onboard restaurant, which includes pastries, coffee, tea, juices, breads, jams and jellies, a variety of sausages and cold meats. You get eggs, you get fresh fruit, you get yogurt, all of that on one plate. Plus lunch and dinner, which will be a 3-course sit-down meal, and they're prepared and served at set times and in a single seating for all passengers. Now, since the meals are prepared on a daily basis from fresh ingredients, your options consist of a fixed menu of local specialities. And this is yet another way that CroisiEurope help to provide that extra special feel for the cultures and the places that you're going to go to and experience. Both lunch and dinner meals are paired with excellent complimentary wines. And again, that word complimentary, very, very important. Now with CroisiEurope, large tables seat up to 6 people, so you'll be able to converse and socialise with new friends, but you'll never feel too crowded together. There's plenty of space. Now for those travelling in large groups, you're able to reserve a portion of the dining room so that all the people in the party can eat together if you choose. Now of course, CroisiEurope are a French cruise line, but don't let that put you off in the sense of language. I know one of the things that us Brits are not particularly good at, as you saw at the start of the video, is speaking foreign languages. Many of us consider ourselves, sadly, and I'm ashamed to say it, as monolingual. But there's no need to worry about feeling out of place on CroisiEurope, despite the fact that it's a French cruise line, because they do tend to group people together if you speak the same language. You don't have to have that, but again, that's another way that you can really reach out and feel more comfortable and hear a few friendly voices in your own tongue. Now this is the point of the video where many people get really excited, because believe it or not, despite that all-inclusive message, despite that luxury message and the experience and the size of the fleet and the many places that they go to, and the fact that you get to go to some really rare ports on the River Cruise itinerary, they're actually less expensive than many of their competitors. And that's because they're an independent, family-owned business, and they take care of absolutely everything from beginning to end, which keeps the costs down. That means the designing and the building of the ships, through to the fleet maintenance, to creating the cruise itineraries, to training the staff and the crew. And this close oversight gives them the ability to manage their costs really, really carefully. Plus it gives guests the best value for money, which of course is the really, really important thing for you and me. And this is not only good on the pennies in your pocket, but it also makes the ships feel more homely. There's almost a more family feel when you do travel with CroisiEurope. Furthermore, saving on resources means they can actually focus on the things that matter most, such as experienced and friendly staff and crew, clean and comfortable cabins and beds, reliable and safe ships, excellent food, incredible itineraries, and that essentially delightful experience of European culture. Now, CroisiEurope offer family cruises during the summer holidays in Spain, which again is quite rare. Not just to Spain though, there's also Portugal and Italy. Special pricing for these cruises includes free admission for children aged 16 and under, and single cabins are also available for an additional charge. This is really rare within the river cruise fraternity, which does tend to focus on, in a sense, an older demographic and a less family orientated feel. There's more. Family cruises in Croatia include a 30% discount for children aged 16 and under. And not only this, on other dates, children under the age of 10 are also eligible for discounted prices. Now, if you contact us on the number seen on the screen, we can help you with any questions you might have about these offers, or just get you started with a booking. Now, if you're planning on traveling in a big group, maybe for a wedding or a special occasion, discounts are available for groups of 20 people or more. And if you book through us here at Planet Cruise, that can be really helpful, as we can arrange pre and post cruise meeting services for your group and make the gathering more special and easier. Now, have you ever heard of a charter cruise? Well, if you haven't, essentially these are cruises on which you can bring groups of 80 people or more and basically privately charter a ship for lunches, dinners, conferences, parties or other gatherings. Now, CroisiEurope can cater for this from November through to March, and it's worth noting that these private charters are available with or without overnight stops. Now let's have a look into what it's like in those wonderful deluxe Riverview staterooms that we mentioned earlier. Well, for a start, each one has individual air conditioning control and heat, so you can adjust your room temperature according to your own preferences, very, very important. Cabins also offer twin beds or one double bed, depending on the ship you sail on, and of course the cabin you reserve. Plus, there's plenty of storage. You get nice kind of ornate chest of drawers, and what the French call an armoire, basically a wardrobe, again quite ornate and beautifully decorated, almost like an antique feel. There's a desk, chair, lighting, nightstands, a private bathroom and shower, fixed or sliding windows in each cabin, and these wonderful panoramic views of the outside scenery. And that's the great thing about river cruising. I know I mention it every time we talk about river cruising, but there's always something to see. It's not like being out at sea on the ocean cruising where it's just open expanse. There's always something to see, so you can really enjoy being in your cabin, looking out and seeing those panoramic views. Now, each cabin is also equipped with a satellite TV. There's also a radio, hairdryer. My wife won't go anywhere without a hairdryer in the room. Also a safe for the valuables, which isn't always provided, so that's a real bonus. Now, accommodation-wise and size-wise, most of the cabins cater for 2. There are some cabins though that can cater to 3, that depends on the ship. And if you are traveling solo, then of course there's that single supplement that you'll be required to pay. But again, there are lots and lots of details which we can give you when you do contact us. Now, CroisiEurope ships are the perfect place to relax, both inside and outside the cabin. You'll find a lounge, a bar, there's even a library. They're all comfortable, very tastefully decorated, and great places to spend some time socialising with friends or family, or making new friends, or just sitting and taking a bit of time out for yourself. The lounges boast panoramic windows and great views, and are usually located towards the front of the ship. Now, all the ships also boast a sun deck, great if you are a bit of a sun baby. This is a great place to relax outdoors, to enjoy the weather, and there's plenty of recliners and deck chairs there for your comfort. Now, entertainment. What you will find with most river cruises is that while there is entertainment and activities and lots to do on board, it is a lot more low-key than maybe what you'll be used to with the larger ocean cruise ships. But that is a really, really good thing. Now, CroisiEurope host pre-dinner games, they have dinner dances, there are other events in the lounges for the guests to take part in, or alternatively, guests can simply retire to the lounge and enjoy a local beer or wine at this amazingly well-stocked bar. Chance to get on the dance floor, you can sit back and just enjoy those views. I suppose the big difference is there's far less pressure to feel like you need to get involved or need to do anything. But if you do want to do something, there is always something on offer. Now, where river cruising virtually always outdoes ocean cruising, and CroisiEurope are the same here, is that they offer onboard programs to enhance the understanding of the destinations. What I would call destination immersive activities and classes and opportunities. And these include lectures, demonstrations, themed dinners full of regional specialities. And again, depending on your itinerary, maybe a folkloric group or a local musician may come aboard. Other activities may be put on by the host of the cruise, who's almost like a cruise director, if you like. And on itineraries where your ship stays in port during the evenings or even overnight, you can also attend maybe a show or a local drink or dinner ashore on your own. There's no worry, as long as you're back on board the ship before it sails, that's the important thing. Now, one area that is growing increasingly important for all people of all ages is Wi-Fi. And this is another area where on ocean cruising, sometimes it can be really hit and miss. A, it's very expensive, and B, the signal can be well, quite tough, particularly when you're out in the middle of the ocean. However, with CroisiEurope, free Wi-Fi, and yes, I did say free Wi-Fi, is available on all CroisiEurope ships throughout the fleet. Now, it does vary depending on the ship. So Wi-Fi is only available in the reception area and lounge bar on a lot of the ships, but on the newer ships, such as the MS Gerard Schmitter, the MS Joanna de Bergerac, the MS Lafayette, and the 4 hotel barges, Wi-Fi is available throughout the whole ship. Plus, this is great, CroisiEurope is also set to equip every ship in the fleet with a Samsung Galaxy tablet for each cabin for guests' use, which again is really forward-thinking, a really great addition. So where does CroisiEurope go? Well, it operates a fleet of river cruising vessels along the rivers of Europe, Russia, Mekong, Burma, Africa, South America, and the US. Some of the views from these destinations are absolutely amazing and simply cannot be seen anywhere than on a river cruise traveling through the heart of a destination. One of my main tips for anyone on one of these cruises is to find out what time sunset is and then head to your room in good time. There's absolutely nothing like sitting with a cocktail or maybe just a glass of water, depending on what you prefer, in the comfort and luxury of your own home, looking out across these parts of the world while watching the sun come down and the river around you in the comfort of your own space. So just when you're thinking we've probably covered everything there is to know about CroisiEurope, there is something else that I would like to mention, and that's that they do a great selection of themed river cruises. And again, lots and lots of choice here, so do have a look. There's a hiking themed cruise, there's Christmas markets one, there's one just on Christmas, there's a New Year one, there's a World War I themed cruise, wine cruises, we mentioned before the all-important family cruises, gastronomy cruises, all to do with the food and the wonderful places that you can eat as you cruise. Really, there is something for everyone, and it's a great addition, a really nice theme, particularly if you're a solo traveller and you want to go along and meet like-minded people. It's a really, really great in. So hopefully that's given you more of an idea about who CroisiEurope are and hopefully whetted your appetite, giving you a desire to find out more and possibly cruise with them in the future. We would really, really recommend it. Now, click the link above to see some of the fantastic deals that we have with them. And all I've got to say is we hope you've enjoyed this week's episode. It's a phenomenal cruise line. Do find out more, do look into them, have a look at some of the reviews online as well. And if you did enjoy the show, please hit the like button below. Plus join the conversation by commenting. Let us know if you've been with CroisiEurope. Let us know if you'd like to, what you think of river cruising, what are the advantages of river cruising against ocean cruising. Get involved in the conversation with us here at Planet Cruise. And I would really like to know actually one particular thing is there a particular subject for an episode that you'd like us to cover in the future? If there is, please do get in touch and comment below. Well, as you probably know, and if you don't, you're about to know, we do a Planet Cruise weekly, every week as the name suggests. And I think currently we're still the only UK-based information cruise-based show. There are loads over in the US, our neighbours across the pond, but we do need your support. So please do hit subscribe. Check out some of our other episodes as well. We've covered loads of new ship launches, loads of different cruise lines, giving you information behind the scenes, tips. That's what we're all about. My name's Keith Maynard. This has been Planet Cruise Weekly. Tune in again soon, and thanks again for watching.
Hiya, thanks for watching the video. Now don't forget to like, comment and subscribe below. Remember to click that bell to get all notifications, and if you're looking for more fantastic travel video content, like this click on the videos to the right hand side. It'll be really informative. Or click on the Planet logo to the left to go to our website for some fantastic deals. Keep cruising.